How is it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Michael Balco Show. I'm your host, Michael Balco. Come on, y'all. You know it's my show. What's up? Today, I am joined by a very, very special guest. He's a corner for Ball State, one of the best returning corners in the NCAA. AJ Uzodinma, how we doing today, my man?
How you doing? I'm doing good. Appreciate you having me on.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. For sure. You already know we had to get you on, my man. We got like half of your team on, so we had to get you on too.
Yeah, sure, for
So
sure.
first and foremost, we got to rep the area code. Tell us about your hometown and what makes it so special.
Man, yeah, 407. I'm from Orlando, Florida. I live on the east side, but man, it's a special place. I mean, I ain't really appreciate it as much as I should have until I got to Indiana and like being away from home and like it just made me have a whole new perspective on where I'm from, just being in Florida and just you know yeah, the weather definitely different. It's just a different atmosphere, Indiana to Florida. Midwest. I've never been in the Midwest, so you know.
Yeah. Yeah, I was born in Florida and I lived in Georgia for a while, so I definitely understand that vibe for sure. It's definitely crazy whenever you, even up in like Pennsylvania or anywhere else, really, it's just insane. The weather difference is insane. You got snow and stuff. It's just awful.
Yeah.
All right, so you were a two-star recruit. Not that stars mean a damn thing, anyways. Out of high school, tell me about some of the offers that you had, what kind of interest you were getting, and why you ultimately chose to take your talents to Ball State.
So I had two real offers, and I had a lot of interest from different places and everything. So my first offer was from Liberty, and then my second offer was from Ball State. But I had interest from UCF, FIU, pretty much all the Florida schools. Then before I committed and signed and everything, but yeah, from I had everywhere I really had like interest from, but you know how that goes. They got interest, they don't really offer you all the way or can't commit. You know what I'm saying? So I end up landing at Ball State, which I think was a blessing in disguise, and just I mean, I got away out of Florida. That wasn't my what I wanted to do at first, and then once I got to Indiana on an official visit at Ball State, is like I just fell in love with the coaches and the atmosphere, and just like to me, they treated me like family, and that's what I wanted. And then to be able to play as a freshman, and then all so on and so forth. I started as a freshman, just being able to get on that field was the most important thing to me. So.
Yeah, for sure. You balled out too. Did you have like a top five or a top three or anything like that?
Nah, not.
Nah. You just kind
I
of knew it was Ball State.
Yeah, it was just, I mean, I went on a visit to Liberty. I came to Ball State, and I was like, I looked at my parents. I'm like, yeah, this it, and shoot, I feel like I made the best decision of my life. So.
Facts, facts. I could definitely second that, my man. You've been balling out your entire career so far. I'm hella excited to see where you wind up in a couple years here. But this past season, you already know you was ring chasing. You did it.
Yeah.
You accomplished it. You
Yeah.
accomplished it. You got to hold up that MAC championship trophy. It's one of my favorite pictures on your Instagram too. You just cheesing with it, bro.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Tell us what that moment was like.
And it was surreal. I mean, I never played in a football championship game or a game that even meant that much, So like just to be out there, no, I mean, I'm a contributing factor into us winning that championship. It's just it was surreal. The locker room moment was crazy. You already know it was crazy. We was all in there turned. Before the game, I call my pops when I'm out there warming up in the NFL stadium at Detroit, and I'm like, yeah, I'm about to come home with a ring. My pops actually has a ring. He went to Jackson State, played college there. He got a SWAC championship ring. So I'm like, I'm gonna be like you at the end of this after this game. So now I can flex my ring with him. And I called one of my old high school coaches in warm ups, and it was just a surreal moment, just ready to play. Honestly.
Hey, that makes that Thanksgiving dinner a little bit better because now Pops ain't get to show it off. You get to show yours off too.
Get to show mine off too. So we cool now.
Hey, just make sure you polish it up a little bit. So then whenever you sit and you're reaching for the salt, and then you're just like,
Yeah.
ooh, a little shiny. Is probably a little dusty.
Out there a little bit. Yeah.
All right, that's what's up. That's what's up. So we all know you're gonna make it to the league eventually. So what NFL players you kind of looking at, watching film on that you trying to incorporate into your own play style?
Uh, right now in the league, Jalen Ramsey, Marshawn Lattimore, Xavier Howard, those type, Stephon Gilmore, Pat P. I kind of take every little little nitbit I could take out of each all of them game. Jalen Ramsey probably my favorite corner right now. And then in this recent draft class, I like J.C. Horn a lot. I watched a lot of film on him. I think he a great corner. And I mean, I was glad to see him go first off the board. You know, I feel like he deserved that, and just watching him play, I feel like that's somebody I'm next up right after him. I feel like so.
For sure. So I know whenever you were being recruited out of high school, you were a receiver as well as a DB. So how big of a transition was it to kind of play, either receiver or DB? Kind of what led into that decision? And then were you going to Ball State as a wide receiver or a defensive back? And then kind of just tell us about like that whole process in general.
Yeah. So really in high school, I really had one season my sophomore year. I played corner and that was it. I was just straight receiver playing offense. My junior, senior year, straight offense. I don't like if you look at my film, I don't have no defense film at all. So I really started the position playing for real in college when I first got to college. I really didn't know what I was playing when I first got there. I knew they was bringing me in as an athlete, and they told me, I was talking to receiver coach and DB coach, and then I just end up first day of camp I'm at corner. So just trying to adapt into that rule, obviously took some time. And then later in camp, I finally found my role and figuring out the position a little bit. So then I end up playing. I played every game my freshman year. I started 4 or 5 games, and I really started getting a groove in. And then went into my second year, my sophomore year, everything started clicking. Junior year started clicking. So now I feel like all the pieces. So this will be my 4th year playing the position at corner. I feel like everything is just gonna be rolling now. So I definitely like the position of corner. I never thought I would play corner. I'm like, I'm a receiver. Everybody asks me, I'm a receiver. I ain't no corner. But now, I mean, I love the position. I mean, I feel like you just go out there and make your own plays. You don't got to worry about O-line blocking, quarterback throwing you the ball. You just go make your own play. So.
Yeah, for sure. And that's kind of like the new trend of like the NFL draft we've been noticing. Like this year, J.C. Horn, his dad was obviously an NFL, Pro Bowl receiver, and that kind of helped translate to his game. Saints recent corner, Paulson Adebo, was a converted receiver as well. So, I mean, it's got to help you on the defensive side of the ball, knowing the entire route tree that receivers run. But that kind of takes me to my next question. So whenever you're studying film on maybe it's, guys like Jalen Ramsey or Marshawn Lattimore, when you're watching film, or maybe if you're watching film on your opponents, what are you looking for? So let's do both. So like whenever you're studying film at your position, what do you look for? And then whenever you study film on your opponents, what are you looking for?
When I'm looking at my positions, like I said, I watch a lot of Pat P, Jalen Ramsey. I really hone in on their technique and like seeing what they doing at the line, how they lining up, outside leverage, inside leverage, head up. Looking at those different things, like switching up your look, like you maybe look like you pressing and then you bail off, or just even I think Stephon Gilmore, Xavier Rose got a video like they talking with some NFL guys and like kind of like breaking down like the whole thing, what they was thinking this play. So I kind of watch stuff like that to help me with my watching film and taking that to my game, because I mean I want to be at the same level they are. Stephon Gilmore, defensive player of the year. Ultimately, that's what I want to do when I get there at that moment. And then receivers, I watch a lot of things. They demeanor when they come up to the ball. So most of the time, receivers go up happy. They know they about the ball. Putting their hands up, fixing with their gloves, towels. And then tendencies when they run routes, what route they gonna run, if they go outside the numbers, if they gonna run inside, outside, how much space they trying to get. So just what a leverage they trying to attack me at, it's all stuff that I did when I was a receiver, so it helped me out definitely.
Yeah, for sure. So do you prefer man coverage or zone coverage, and why?
Man coverage easy, because it's just mano y mano. Me and you you not finna beat me. It's 1-on-1. I'm the better man at that point. I mean, I like zone coverage as well. I mean, I don't have like what I'm saying, but if I had to choose, just let me follow him the rest of the game, man to man. Don't worry about nothing else. No scheming up coverages or nothing. It's 1-on-1. I'm a win 10 out of 10.
Yes,
So.
sir. Hey, yes, sir. Yes, sir. You got to. With that being said, You in the locker room, we chilling before the game. Got the beats on, whatever you listen to.
Mm-hmm.
What we bumping to, bro? What we bumping to pregame?
Man, Meek Mill been my, all time favorite for stuff like that to get me hyped, you know what I'm saying? But recently, I listened to a lot of Pooh Shiesty. Um what was I listening to this year a lot? Man, definitely Pooh Shiesty, Kodak. I gotta show love to Florida boys. Hot boy from Orlando, West Orlando. So I listen to a lot of him. I put some of the boys on the team on to him. So I got a variety, but I'm bumping everything that's loud in my headphones. To get my head going. So
You already know you got to, bro. You ain't a football player. You ain't bumping something
yeah.
pregame. All right, who? This is the tough one. This is the toughest question for everybody I ever interviewed in my life. Who? You can mention a couple. You mention a couple. You ain't got to narrow it down to one. Who's the best athlete you've ever played with and against in your entire football career?
Best athlete I ever played with. Who would I play with? Best athlete.
Antonio Phillips.
Nah, but that definitely Antonio, cause like that's the other side. You know what I'm saying? We playing. You know what I'm saying? We locked in like that. It's right. He was right. I mean, I was right. He was left. It's like for me to be able to look over to my left and be like, yeah, I got him over there. I ain't worried. You know what I'm saying? Then my boy Bryce in the back at safety. I'm looking back there. My boy Brett. Just really my defensive secondary. I can look back. My boy JT Wahi. I look back and I'm like, oh yeah, we straight. Come on, let's go. You know what I'm saying? We getting straight to it. And then show love to my boys on the offensive side. Definitely, my boy Johans, uh, Justin Hall. You probably know about him. He a good athlete. He just makes spectacular plays. And then somebody from another team that we played against, actually, Western Michigan, Dwayne Eskridge. He was a great player, fast. I enjoyed that matchup when we played him in the MAC West Championship. So yeah, it's a mutual respect between us both. Good receiver, good corner. So I definitely say that. But definitely showing love to my teammates. We go at it every day. I feel like they the best. We play against the best in practice in our conference.
I mean, you are, bro. You got a ring to prove it. So ain't nobody who can tell you ain't the best. You know what I mean? So with that being said, that's a perfect segue because you already the best. So how we define success in your own words? I know a lot of athletes, a lot of people in general, kind of define success as accolades, trophies, something they can hang on their wall. How do you personally define success?
Success. How do I define success? What I'm saying? I feel like success within yourself is definitely important. Not just other people recognizing what you're doing. If you recognize what you're doing and you feel like you putting your all into everything, just like I just look back to I feel like I was disrespected this year and I wasn't an all conference player. They didn't think I was an all conference corner, so I'm like, okay, I just added that chip onto my shoulder, but like I know I'm the best. You know what I'm saying? So I don't need somebody else's justification to let me know that. So that I feel like, your own success. I mean, and then obviously my parents is like if my parents are proud of me, you know what I'm saying, that's the ultimate, you know what I'm saying? God and my parents is really, you know what I'm saying? That's how I feel about that.
Facts. That's all that matters, fam. Right there. All right. So we've all seen your production on the field. We saw it in 5 picks you had your sophomore year. We see you balling out, locking up receivers. These dudes can't even touch you, fam. What led you to return for another season rather than going and getting your bag in the league?
What led me to come back this season was really I had talked to a few of my teammates, seeing what was going on. I seen that Tone. I already knew Tone was leaving. Really just wanting to perfect my craft even more, and just I want to leave at a tip top. Not saying that I couldn't have left last year. I mean, a lot of people were asking me about that, but just wanting to also, and then also coming back and shoot, I've been talking to my teammates since we've been through this whole offseason. Let's do it again because nobody think we can. And let's do it outside the conference. Let's go 14-0. Let's do something nobody ever, ever has done at Ball State. And I said, I'll be telling my boy Bryce, let's walk out of here on a red carpet. 14-0, our names in the New Year's Six conversation. You know what I'm saying? I just want to go out like that, and then I'll be satisfied with my college career at that point.
For sure, man. That's legendary. That's some legendary status right there. All right, so whenever it's your time, to come and go into the league, whenever that time may be, do life at your own pace. What are you most looking forward to in terms of the entire draft process? I know you got to see it with Tone a little bit, all that stuff. I know you've had several other teammates go to the league. Kind of what are you personally looking forward to in terms of the entire draft process as a whole?
Really just, realizing that my dreams is, about to come true. How like dreams to reality really is just everything is falling in place how exactly how I thought of as a little kid, and just really just soaking up every bit of that, because you only get to go through the draft process once, and making sure that I don't have no regrets through everything I'm doing. And yeah, I'm really looking forward to that. And just playing football and not having to worry about nothing else, no school, you know what I'm saying? The money gonna come, but just playing football, playing something that I love, and doing that as my job is ultimate. That's a dream right there for sure.
Yes, sir. Hey, you ain't too far away, my man. So just keep grinding, my boy. But I got one last question for you, AJ. What kind of advice we giving to the young athletes out here trying to chase the same dreams as you?
Man, I say just keep working hard. It don't matter where you come from, what school you come from, what college you go to. If you don't have no offers, if you to walk on, it's just it can happen from anywhere. You JUCO, D2, D3. You go out there and ball and work hard, and what I'm saying, give all the glory to God. It'll take care of itself. I'm a big believer in everything happens for a reason. So I feel like I ended up at Ball State for a reason, and everything that happens in your life is gonna happen for a reason. That's how that's how I look at it. Just working hard is just the most thing I can tell you as a young kid. Me, I kept working. I didn't have no offers my beginning of my junior year, and now I'm a D1 athlete, and then I'm even in this conversation to be talking to you about going to the league and everything. So it's just surreal, and just to keep working. That's how I feel about that.
Yes, sir. AJ, please tell us where we can all follow you at on all your social media handles.
You can follow me on Instagram, AJ, my last name, so Uzodinma. So if you just put in AJ Uzodinma, it'll come up. You ain't got to do too much. I got a regular Twitter handle, regular Instagram handle, so that'll be all straight.
Bet. Make sure y'all go follow my boy. If you're watching this on YouTube, my boy's name's been scrolling on the bottom of the screen this entire time. So he ain't even got no excuse not to go follow him on Twitter. But AJ, I appreciate you, my man. Thank you so much for hopping on the show today, making some time out of your busy schedule to hop on and show some love. I'm super excited to see how your journey plays out, my man. I'll be tuned in. But yeah, man. So just stay in touch, my man. And we're looking forward to everything in your very bright future, my boy. So
appreciate it. Thanks for having me.
Yes, sir.